Welcome to another episode of the Online Prosperity Experience podcast. You're about to hear your host, Prosper Taravinga's powerful digital marketing strategies and actionable tactics that you can use right now. Prosper has helped more than 50,000 people from over 10 countries to create meaningful businesses that are profitable and enjoyable. Listen to this podcast so that you too can build your own business with less stress and overwhelm. Let's get started.
The 5 technology trends every coach, consultant, or entrepreneur should be aware of moving forward. Now, congratulations. This is the first episode of season 2 of the Online Prosperity Experience, and we've just concluded season 1 with 50 episodes. And what a fitting way to start looking at trends, just looking forward, considering we're starting a new season. Now, if this is the first time you're tuning in, it might be all new to you, but my name is Prosper Taravinga, and I help coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs like yourself to start and grow a business of your dreams. And we basically help these consultants scale their business by driving leads, harvesting those leads, and then converting them into happy clients that pay, stay, and refer. And all this is done through an automated, independently run machine that doesn't keep you tied to your business. And it will be befitting for us to start looking at the technology trends that each and every one of us has to look forward to, just simply because the whole world has turned itself upside down, with the pandemic, and our customers are now receiving information and content in totally different ways. So we need to be on top of that. But obviously, I understand and I know that you've got amazing goals. I mean, amazing is a small word there. You've got really big, ambitious goals. You've got inspiring dreams. You want to live your best life. You want to learn everything that you want to learn. And you want to, at the end of it all, have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. But I also know that you've probably realized that building a successful business isn't as easy as you would like it to be, especially these days where a lot of things have to be done remotely, and you have to be serving not only your local clientele, but actually a global village. So maybe you might find it difficult that to make sales and get new customers. Or maybe do you need help creating a clear vision for your business? Or maybe you're just getting started. Or do you want to build a really large audience and a big client base, but you don't have an idea how that you can possibly do that? Or are you lost and confused when it comes to either traffic or digital marketing or lead magnets or just identifying your target market? Or do you think people are ignoring your message? Whenever you put your message out there, it's not clear enough for people to actually understand what it is that you do and how you help them. And obviously this today's fancy marketing technology is actually making your brain hurt and you don't quite understand what it is. And all you just need is somebody that could guide you and show you the ropes. Well, let me tell you something. You don't need to sacrifice your income to do what you love. You can actually have both. I really want to walk you through our step-by-step plan and show you exactly how easy all of that can be. So we're going to start off with the technology trends that I think are going to be affecting your day-to-day life as a business person on your way to creating a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And I know that I can help you, because I've been exactly where you are right now, and I understand your frustrations, and I know where you're stuck, and I know exactly how to help you move forward. Now, enter the last couple of years. As I record this podcast, it's 2022. I don't know what year you're listening to this, but when the pandemic hit, as coaches, consultants, and small business owners, we've been witnessing a range of technology change and also a change in customer journeys and also customer acquisition methods. Now, the overarching principle driving all of these changes is that customer demands have changed, and they actually now demand a whole lot more than they used to before. It's only because people now have access to just about anyone that they can and want to in the whole world. You actually can have access to the queen if you wanted to. I used to think it's very difficult to have access to other entrepreneurs. Like the first days when I started, I wanted to pitch Naomi Anderson from Red Balloon, a method of her to reach out to her customers, but my efforts fell flat on my face. You know what I mean? But now the customer has access to whoever they want. It's just a tweet, and if nobody responds to them, they will cancel you. So the growing competition and the race for profitability all amongst the pandemic have put the customer in the driving seat. So the customer has much more of a choice. They make much more of the decisions as to who they want to engage with and who they want to deal with. So it is now a little bit difficult and different because the old paradigm of leading the customer is gradually being phased out, and it's favoring a new paradigm where you have to follow the customers and cater to their each and every requirements. The reason why this come to be is because back in the time there used to be only one shop in a radius of 100 kilometers, but now there is 100 shops in a 1 kilometer radius, and those shops don't even need to be physically present in that 1 kilometer radius. They just need to be a Google search away. Okay, so as technology changes, being a coach, consultant, or a small entrepreneur, maybe you've got a team or you're just working by yourself. If you really want to keep on top of serving your customers and being remarkable and relevant, you definitely have to take heed to the technological changes that are coming through. So this is why I'm going to be trying to cover 5 of these technological trends which you should be aware of moving forward. And getting hold of any or all of this would mean you staying relevant and on top of the growing competition, which then definitely results in you having a business that's profitable and enjoyable. The one trend that I noticed that is now happening quite a lot is what's called account-based marketing. Now, account-based marketing, which is ABM for short, is literally a modern approach where you have people in the B2B space literally having so much different roles within the business, and you want to make sure that you are speaking to the right person that's going to make the decision, the purchasing decision within the business. Yes, you're going to need to speak to the person who actually needs the service within the business, but they don't make the decisions to make the purchase. Okay, so this is where coaches and consultants and maybe sales personnel collaborate to identify and convert the best fit clients. Now, the account-based marketing goals highly impacted basically by the COVID-19 outbreak that came out in 2020 and is told by almost 42% of marketers you now need to have at least 3 or 4 players within an account in order for you to sell your product. Okay, and this now makes it super difficult for you to maintain those relationships, in order for you to make that particular sale. So in the instance of consultants, maybe you're selling, training or consulting or information or expertise, you might approach the HR department within a business, but they're not the people that make the purchasing decision. Okay, so for you to be successful and unlocking success with this approach, you will need sales and marketing teams within your business to collaborate together in order to find the most qualified prospects in your account-based marketing strategy within target business. And as a small business, you may profit from this strategy with powerfully blending your sales and marketing teams so that you can use account-based marketing to target your marketing resources and efforts most effectively. And compared to other marketing activities, ABM actually provides 97% higher return on your investment because you are actually going for the right kind of people with the right kind of pain and the decision making capability in order for you to close that sale, because you might spend days and hours trying to schmooze one person in a department. Yes, they might need the service or the product that you're selling, but they don't have the purchasing power. So you're gonna need all the involved people within that business, so that you reach out to them simultaneously and reach out to them with the right content that pertains to their actual needs, and not bombard them with information that doesn't help your cause or help you move forward. So when you've got an account that you're trying to reach out to, okay, so you need to specify who does what within that business and target them with the right information at the right time in order for them to move your cause. Or maybe when they're sitting in a boardroom, where they literally are going to be making a decision whether to go with you or to go with a competitor, who is providing the same product or the same service. Okay, so this is where another trend fits in, which is email personalization. Okay, you need to know a little bit more than just somebody's first name. When you're reaching out to them, you need to know what they like, what their needs are, and what actually motivates them in order for them to choose you as their provider. So if you're going to be using email marketing, which is obviously something that you should be doing to constantly be in front of your audience, it is one of the most successful channels for reaching out to a wider audience. And also it keeps people it keeps you in front of an audience without you physically being there. This is what we help our consultants and coaches, so that they can scale their business and they're not repeating themselves over and over and over again, using email marketing strategies. But you need to personalize these emails, okay? Because I think it was the Content Marketing Institute. They did a report and they said almost 67% of B2B marketers consider email newsletters as one of the best ways to nurture leads. As you notice, we put out a podcast almost every single day, but we know that our people are not listening to the podcast every time that we put it out. So we double that up with an email, and basically the email becomes yet another excuse for us to keep in touch with our audience. All right, so the more people get to know, like, and trust that you always show up, then the more they will favor working with you. So this is why it gets critical for you to actually personalize these emails and reach out to these quality leads with improved conversions, because you just don't want to spray and pray to people, because email is very personal. Okay, you don't want to just reach out to people with haphazard messages that do not actually help them make sense of the world around them or make their job a lot easier. Okay, so that's why you need to personalize these emails and make sure that you're actually reaching to the right kind of person with the right information. Okay, so email personalization is going to be a very big step towards you reaching out to your audience. And if you really want to get results, and if you're going to be running email campaigns, you need to make sure that each and every one of them is reaching the right audience, and you're not just either cold emailing people with random information just because you want to sell something. Okay, so maybe this can be a little bit difficult for you to run by yourself. So that's why you need to start introducing a little bit of artificial intelligence. First of all, it will help you write the emails themselves, and also it will actually optimize the buyer's experience. So you want to make sure that you are following the trends when it comes to what AI is good enough for you to keep on top of the follow up that you're going to be doing to your audiences, especially when you're doing account based marketing. Okay, so like I said, I know exactly where you've been and I understand the frustrations, because all of this is going to be difficult if you're doing it by yourself. And I know that we share the same goal and we're traveling on the same path. And if you're listening to this right now, that means we have something incredibly special in common, despite the fact that we haven't just met yet. Okay, so I'm also using these trends in order to stay in touch with my audience and stay in touch with people like yourself, just so that you have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And I know we share the same goal in life, which basically is freedom. I have built this business in such a way that I'm creating leverage and freedom for myself. So there's no way that I will be giving you information that I'm not using myself in order to do and have a happier existence and a business that's profitable and enjoyable in the process. And I know you're here because you want more out of life. You want to fulfill your potential. You want to experience all that life has to offer. And you also want to achieve the kind of financial freedom that will allow you to do that. Okay. And that means you're definitely one of us and you're on a journey that you'd like for yourself, and you don't want to be walking alone on this journey. And like I mentioned earlier on, I understand that growing your own business is tough. Cold calling potential clients, trying to make sure that your emails are not landing into spam and having them maybe ignore them. You're sending maybe hundreds of these emails without getting as much as thank you for reaching out, and you're wasting thousands and thousands of dollars on maybe ad spend without generating qualified leads. And sometimes it can feel like maybe nobody wants to buy what you're selling. And when you rely on your business to pay rent and put food on the table, it can put an enormous strain on your emotions, and you're terrified of having to give up on your dreams. And maybe the eventual thing that would have to happen is that you have to return to that 9 to 5 job with your tail tucked between your legs if you can't bring in new customers. And that's the reason why I want to help you grow your business so that you can compete with the big players. And by me giving you all of these technological trends that I feel like are going to be affecting you moving forward, it will definitely give you a business that's profitable and enjoyable. Right. So you're probably listening to a podcast right now, and you probably tried to find if we've got videos on YouTube, which we do. One thing that has always been growing, when it comes to a business that's profitable and enjoyable, has been video. And I kid you not, video is a trend that you need to make sure that you actually do have information that people can use, that they can maybe just watch or listen to like this, while they're doing other things. Okay, so there's some technology trends that coaches and consultants, and entrepreneurs like yourself cannot afford to overlook, and video is one of those, especially in the modern day. Entrepreneur, you need the power of video content to make sure that it's much more accessible and appealing, because video marketing is highly beneficial, especially in the B2B space, and it provides visual reference to your buyer's journey, and it actually connects you to your audience pronto. I have this statement that if you are closer to the camera, you are closer to the bank, because people are actually watching these videos on their mobile. And if you're going to be spending on video advertising, which is something that's a trend that is projected to be growing in the years to come, you really want to be adopting video in your B2B space. And you don't necessarily have to show up on these videos yourself. I mean, you can hire somebody who's proficient with video, as long as your brand is being represented on YouTube. And we all know that YouTube is the second biggest search engine. So if you're not being found there, then you're virtually not available. And that's the way you can grow your business and compete with the big players. Because I know the biggest problem as an entrepreneur, you just thinking to yourself, marketing is just one aspect of a successful business. You need to be hiring and managing new stuff. You need to be balancing books. You need to be driving growth and a whole lot more of other things that happen in order for you to work on your business. And it just feels like a constant balancing act where you're being pulled in multiple different directions all at once. And at the end of the day, your real goal is just to help your clients, just like what we're doing right now. We are putting out valuable information like this so that you are aware of the trends, all the things that you need to look out for in order for you to do and have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And like I said, you want to spend as much time as possible changing lives and solving people's problems. And you don't want to waste countless hours each and every week trying to navigate the whole complex world of online marketing. And you certainly don't want to be spending yet another minute on the phone or emailing people, asking them to hire your services. Unfortunately, you don't have to. Like I've mentioned, if you just get on top of these trends, you will definitely be in line to have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. You see, I don't have to worry about where my next client is going to come from. I don't have to worry about needing a clear vision for what my company needs to do or have, because we've already identified our target market, we've already clarified our message, and we've determined what media we're going to be reaching out to our audience through. All we now just have to do is build a large audience, and we already know how to do that. And maybe you are probably lost and confused when it comes to how do you then drive traffic to all these places. Man, we just follow a simple system that works. And if you've never heard of the Online Prosperity Blueprint, be sure to download this Online Prosperity Blueprint so that you too can do, and have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. All right. Last but not least, I'm going to be talking about multi-channel marketing. We're now entering a world where our customers are looking at video. We now need to be doing personalization with our emails. Our marketing shouldn't be spraying and praying. Now it has to be so personalized, because I don't know, when was the last time you bought something from Amazon? Okay, because if you look at places like Amazon, the shop has been so personalized that you walk in, virtually you step in, and it's the books that you want, the drinks that you want, everything that you last bought, and it's all curated for you. It's a departmental store that is specially made for you. So you, as a coach, consultant, or small business owner, you're going to need to create environments like that for your audience. And it's easy to actually do if you're going to be doing multi-channel marketing. Okay. So the chances are that you're already blasting enough emails as part of your marketing campaign. You're ramping through your email list from week to week. But with that multi-channel marketing in place, your business might be losing out on the possibility for you to actually be profitable and grow a whole lot further. Okay. A lot of digital agencies or marketers like ourselves know the importance of multi-channel marketing, and you need to have access to various channels in order for you to reach out to your audience. Okay, this includes digital, offline, online, all the marketing operations that you can put together. All right, this has to be systematic though, and it has to come in such a way that you are definitely turning prospects into leads that then buy from you. Okay, so that comes from lead capturing funnels, your nurturing system, your sales conversion strategy. And when you have sold these customers, the journey actually then begins. You need to deliver a world-class experience, otherwise it will be grand closing Grand opening, grand closing. Okay. So once you've got all of this in place, you need to be also tapping into the desires and preferences of your customers on what platforms they want to be reached out on. Okay. So obviously, you want to conduct a lot of research and find out what it is that you are comfortable with, and just invest in a platform that you can be there consistently. You don't want to just show up once, because that's not how it's going to work. Okay. So obviously, there's going to be a lot of technological advancements. There's going to be a lot of growth coming in, because technology is changing every single day, and people's reception to adverts is also changing, because there are so many ways for you to reach out to your audience right now. And so you're going to need to have a keen eye, a quick mind, and a dynamic approach and awareness to actually adopt some of these trends, so that you're not trampled even by the customers on their way out to search for people that can do what you're doing cheaper, better, faster. So at the end of the day, the best coach or consultant wins every time. But some businesses just focus on creating the best product. But before you do that, you have to think about customer acquisition and how you're going to be doing that. And people don't know how good you are until they become your client, and that's where marketing comes in. So in order for you to know your business and how it is doing, you actually have to be converting customers or leads into paying customers. Okay. So everything boils down to accepting the change and repositioning your business with anything from personalization to artificial intelligence that helps you stay on top of the game. And if you want to be successful coach or consultants moving forward, you need to keep tabs with the latest technologies and be prepared to adopt the ones that suit your business model moving forward, because the world is changing. Our customers are changing. We need to constantly be there to justify our audience dreams. We need to be there to be giving them information along the way. All right. We need to be constantly creating some sort of income for ourselves, so that we show up every single day and help those that are in need of our services. Okay. So you don't need to worry about how to keep on top of these things. I'll show you how to get high ticket leads on autopilot using our online prosperity method. And like I said, if you haven't downloaded this, you want to go to www.livelongdigital.com.au/blueprint and get the online prosperity method for yourself, because the online prosperity method is a simple system that we've developed by throwing away the stale marketer's rulebook and adopting cutting edge new approaches that come along. So you don't have to worry about what's new. It's already pre-vetted and tried and tested, for you before you even start. So you don't have to waste your time, money, and effort on things that are not going to work, because we know that this method has helped, first of all, Live Long Digital scale our business from zero to over 450 clients in under 6 years, and a staff of battle hardened digital marketing experts of 16. Okay. And I've been able to live my dream lifestyle, travel the world, and support my growing family. And the best part about this online prosperity method is that it can be adopted to scale any service business to 7 figures and beyond. And I can show you how to use this system so you can skyrocket the service you provide your customers in order for you to have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And let me tell you something, you will have a queue of dream clients who will climb all over each other just to give you their money. You'll be able to grow your business to whatever success level you find comfortable, and you can do this in under 2 years. And you would never have to cold call any other client again, or maybe spamming people with emails that are not relevant to them. And you will never have to send yet another email that gets ignored. And you never have to lie awake in bed every single night wondering where your next client is going to come from, and you finally enjoy the growth of your business and the financial security that I was talking about earlier, and that, and whatever that means, when it comes to living your life on your own terms. If this sounds good and if it's awesome, I want you to get your hands on this game-changing method, and you too can be, do, and have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. I really want you to succeed, and I really want you to understand that there's always going to be new things coming up. There's always going to be newer trends that keep emerging, and it's a testament of the world that we now live in that is ever evolving and dynamic. So if you haven't changed anything, let this be your sign that you need to keep up with what's happening in order for you to have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. I need you to brace yourself for this new year that's coming up by identifying the trends that can actually boost your business, so you can adopt it and you can actually be, do, and have a happier existence. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, let's continue the conversation in the Live Long Digital community. Become a Live Long Digital community member today. This community is for ambitious entrepreneurs and small business owners with the drive to take control of the future of their businesses and achieve huge success without stress and overwhelm. As you heard, Prosper can help you by teaching you marketing strategies that work. So look no further than the Live Long Digital community of entrepreneurs and highly successful business owners. Join our community today. Find us on www.community.livelongdigital.com.au. Network with other driven entrepreneurs and find the expert guidance you need to take your business to the next level. www.community.livelongdigital.com.au